What's up, everybody? This is BakaBites. I'm Frankfurter. That is Magically Average. And today, we're just going to be kind of shooting the shit. We're going to be shooting the breeze, hitting the road, and just basically talking about a little bit of everything. We're going to talk about a little bit of news that has happened in the past week, a little bit of rumors that have happened today, and just kind of talking about what we've been doing and things and stuff. But let's start with the rumor because you just told me about this, and I'm fucking besides myself. Jesus Christ. Go
it
for it, please.
I so, so scrolling through TikTok per usual on the company dollar hair. Just kidding, during lunch because I can't have any free time when I work. And I came across a post that said Chainsaw Man on hiatus, and I was like, oh crap, what happened? I feel like that'd be big news, and I'd be getting like notification pings and stuff. And then I read it, and it said Chainsaw Man author Fujimoto takes 2-year hiatus due to pregnancy. That was it. Not nothing more. And the first
What the fuck?
the original video I saw, which was it was lucky I even found another video to show you before we started recording because the first one I saw was completely different. It had like on the verge of 200,000 likes. So, a handful of 1 million views. And my first thought wasn't to like research and figure out like, is Fujimoto capable of becoming pregnant? Like, or are they talking about like their significant other is pregnant? Why would it be a 2-year hiatus? I'm like, all these questions running through my head. Nope. Wasn't even my first thought. My first thought was, should I just make rage bait, clip bait, blatant lies for views? Because sure as shit seems like people get a lot of views from just making up bullshit.
It is a really funny bullshit, but it's just like
It's so funny and so goofy, and like I want to just make like Black Sheep the Onion style like random news articles for like manga and anime because I feel like that'd be funny, but at the same time I feel like a lot of people would fall for it and then it would turn into pure chaos from the community.
what would be even hilarious or more hilarious is if this news is true, which is not because
I
Tatsuki Fujimoto is male, I believe,
I believe
presents themselves as male, believe that they have male sexualized orientation, like in the sense of just like, well,
yes,
that could be any, yeah, yeah, yeah.
they are a
Anyways,
cisgender male. We
correct.
believe.
It's just funny. It's just like with this, and it'd be funny if it's true because this came out yesterday. I looked up the original post, and it was a
Yeah.
Reddit post yesterday. Today's chapter of Chainsaw Man that came out left on just such a funny cliffhanger that it's just like if this were to go away for 2 years, everybody would just have to
Oh,
sit on that
yeah.
for 2 years
Time to be
and just be
patient.
like, "Oh my god, this is going to be the death of me." And if you know, you know.
Yeah. I
But
it was it was funny too reading through the comments because people were like, it was a mix of people making like comedic rhetoric back and like going along with the bit, and then there were the handful of people that genuinely were like, oh, good for them, I'll be patient for the next Chainsaw Man, or like, wow, I didn't realize Fujimoto was a woman, congratulations. And I'm like, I I actually just want to hope that you're also kidding and being satirical, because if you're not, I pray these can survive through life because it's going to be tough for you.
I
Just
like this one comment though. Fujimoto after fighting pregnancy devil.
no.
That's funny. But yeah, no, you showed me that rumor and I just is literally an eye roll like, oh my
The
freaking god.
the rumor come out. Does Fujimoto is pregnant? Pregnant?
Is Fujimoto our pregnant? Pregante.
Is Tatsuki Fujimoto pregnant? Yeah, it was so funny when I saw it. It like I had to do a double take too because I saw it, I skipped past it, I was like, hang on, and I went back and I was like, oh yeah, it does say pregnant. And then I was like, 2 years. And then I was like,
Yeah.
200,000 likes. So
What would be the more believable part? That manga is going on hiatus for 2 years or that Tatsuki Fujimoto got pregnant? Both of them are pretty far-fetched, but
yeah,
both was just like, it's funny. But yeah, no, that's a funny random rumor news. We'll put rumor in quotations, but
yeah,
yeah, some actual concrete news that we got this past weekend or week. We're finally getting Kingdom in print. We're finally
yay!
getting an English release of Kingdom,
At this
and
at this
oh,
point in
go
our
for it.
recordings, I feel like it's less of a curse, more of a prophecy. Where if we just talk about something enough, it'll come to light. We always make the
Yeah,
joke every time we do our previews for like the upcoming season. We're like, just wait, like a day or two from now from this recording, Crunchyroll and High Dive are going to release their schedules, and every time it happens, we're just like, oh, shocker. So I think we talked about Kingdom not that long ago, I want to say, and being like, oh, Kingdom, constantly tops the charts for yearly manga sales, monthly manga sales even, and it's just nothing that we've ever gotten printed in English. And it's like, why won't it ever come over? It's been serialized for years and years now. Like, what's going on? And then we finally get it, and it's like, oh, the gods have chosen us, have shed light upon us, and granted us with everlasting life. Thank
so
you.
now the biggest question becomes, how are they gonna release it? Are they gonna release it in singles, or are they gonna release it
Oh,
in, like,
they're
a
gonna
3 like, a why can I not think of the 3-book name?
omnibus. They're gonna
Omnibus, thank
milk
you.
it, baby. They're gonna milk it as much
Because
as they
here's the
can.
thing, if they release, like, I'm looking at how many volumes there are of this fucking series. If they're releasing it in singles and they go by the normal single standard, like, every 2
Wait,
months,
wait, wait.
that
Let me guess how many volumes they have.
how many volumes do you think there are?
38.
I wish. Try 74. Yeah, no. So, it's one of those things of just like, okay, we have 74 volumes. If we go by the normal standard when we get a new release that has a bunch, maybe every 2 months, every 2.5 to 3 months,
Mm-hmm.
somewhere in there. That means we're getting anywhere from 6 to 4 volumes a year. So you're telling me that we're gonna be taking singles and we're gonna, like, if they're doing the normal smattering of it,
Yep.
it's gonna take them 10 plus years, 12 years, however long to release all this?
Yep.
This is gonna be that shit crazy. Like, if they do singles, you have to do one a month. Like, I think that
I
you had to have been translating this for a while
I
now.
I don't even think
You
they.
had to have been.
There's no way you can do one a month. There's no way you'd have to do omnibuses. I feel like the series is so long running that, and you're so far behind in getting anything published in English, you can't do singles. You would, like, the community would force you to print one every 2 weeks.
But
Be like,
even then,
catch up.
if you do omnibuses and you get 4 omnibuses a year, you're still looking at 6 to 7 years before you get what's currently out.
I mean, it's better than singles. I'm gonna say that.
But I will
The
say, I did look at the press release, and the manga is going to be coming to the Shonen Jump, like, app. This is from Game Rant. The English release of Kingdom manga is set for November 11th, 2025. The series will also join the Shonen Jump service. The news puts to bed rumors surrounding yada yada yada. When you click, uh, I was
so
gonna say the Shonen Jump service is their app.
yeah. So are they implying then that it's gonna come out all at once digitally, or are they
I
gonna do
doubt
like
I doubt that for the fact that when they do other releases or when they've done other releases, they
it's
release, like, the first volume and then, like, the last, like, 50 or so chapters or whatever, and then everything in between that is like, "Hey, this is going to be published soon," is just like, you gotta
you
wait.
gotta wait? Yeah, yeah. Because the only thing I'll say, as much as I love buying physical of series, especially new series or series that are just being printed in English,
Yep.
um, My ass is not about to go and buy 74 English individual volumes of Kingdom. So if it comes out in full digitally, you can bet you I'm just gonna read it digitally.
Yeah, I
Cause
agree,
then,
but
cause then my
I
brain's just gonna go. In 2 years' time, we're gonna have probably omnibuses then started printing, and then 3 years after that, we're gonna have definitives.
God, like definitives are just like that's a great segue into our next topic, even though I'm
Oh,
not ready for it right now.
sorry,
But like,
it's
no,
trigger.
it's fine.
It's
It's
triggering.
just it is triggering. But no, I think yeah, I think omnibuses are the way to go. But the fact that they don't specify that this is coming out in omnibuses really has me worried
I mean, if
that we are going to have to wait that long to get the entirety of it printed.
in it, if I'm being honest, and I know a lot of people would probably feel much differently than me on this point, if you're going to be releasing a long running series in English for the first time, on top of also releasing it digitally on your verified published app, right? Because I'm sure you could probably find photo scan,
Oh yeah,
freelance translated copies of Kingdom on the online. Um, Honestly, I would go right into either perfects or definitives for a first release. Because why would I go and spend $11.99 on an individual, or like what, $27.99 on an omnibus, or so $34.99 on an omnibus, when I can just read it digitally? But you could surely attract me with a very nice perfect or definitive edition that has like 4 to 5 volumes in it. Like, I'm down with that. I'll be patient and wait for that to release every so often. Like, I'm cool with that. That's much more attractive to me. I know a lot of people are like, why the hell would I pay $49.99, like 50 plus bucks for a manga volume? And it's like, well, because you're buying, for one, a condensed version of a multitude of volumes in one. And
you're
secondly,
getting 3.
yeah. And secondly, you're just getting it in a better presentation too. I mean, it's massive. Like, reading old
Also,
Berserk versus like definitive edition Berserk is like light years apart.
I will say I would even better example, Soul Eater. Soul
Oh
Eater,
yeah. Soul Eater?
their perfect editions have just finished. I went back and looked at the scans for the original series, like what it looked like coming out. It is night and day
Oh yeah.
how much better the perfect editions
Yeah.
are.
Ignore the perfect edition spines though, but everything
Oh
else on the
god,
inside.
yeah, no, they're awful, but the inside's what matter.
Yeah,
It's
right.
great.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I think that there's no way they don't release in an omnibus fashion, whether it be
At minimum.
flop at minimum, floppy paperback or the nice hardback definitive editions.
Yeah.
I really do hope for the definitive editions because it looks like there has been a huge push for that, like, in the manga industry.
Mhm.
Because, like, even, I have the 2 omnibuses for Planets. It's 2 volumes per omnibus, 4 volumes total. They're releasing definitive edition
Definitive editions for
omnibuses for yeah,
yeah.
for Planets, which I'm like, "Fuck, man, like, I just bought these." I literally well, not just bought, I've had them for, like, 2 plus years. It's like,
They're
I've had these, but it's just like, I have to get them. It's a
yeah.
great manga, I love it, but it's just like, "Why are you doing this to me?"
I've trained myself to be very patient when it comes to collecting manga, because like, clear example for me, I've wanted to collect Vagabond for a while, and it's been like, you could get the really cool old school single volumes, you can get the omnibuses with the art on the spine that goes in order. I think there was one other edition of Vagabond too, I think. Some
I
perfect
don't
or
know,
alternate. I don't know.
they had singles, and then they had, like, just the omnibuses, and now they have the
Yeah, and I'm like,
deluxe editions.
yeah, and I'm like, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be patient. And my patience paid off, and I'm like, cool. Now I'm gonna officially start collecting with the deluxe or definitive editions. Same with the Blade of the Immortal. It's another series that I'm collecting just the definitive or deluxe editions of. But yeah, I really truthfully hope that Kingdom comes out in that style, because it would be extremely aggravating and also not financially sensible by my calculations to go out and buy the individual mangas when I can just read it on the Shonen Jump app. I'd rather pay the money for the higher quality, better material, definitive, deluxe edition, whatever you want to call it, instead.
Nonsensical buying individual volumes. Wow, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me
No,
buying all.
not speaking from actual experience either.
No, not like I literally just bought every freaking Don Machi light novel, only for Yen Press to be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, we're gonna release the first 10 volumes." Which, holy shit! By the way, that's
Yeah, that's
like no, you can't see my bookshelf. The bottom shelf where all the berserks are, which is behind my microphone.
yeah.
Yeah, the first 10 volumes is taller than one berserk volume. It's taller than that. You're telling me you're gonna condense 10 volumes into, like, that thick of a book?
Be like reading The Art of War.
Yeah, but, yeah, straight from Yen Press, this collector they're doing a hardback light novel version of, Don Machi. It's the first 10, but this is the actual press release. This collector's edition of the first 10 volumes features a cover printed on silver foil with embossed border areas and
Ooh.
silver printed edges, being the pages,
Yeah,
with a custom blue ribbon, obviously because of,
the page
Hestia.
mark. Yep.
Gotta yeah. The spine is designed to ensure the book lies flat so fans can enjoy the dazzling interior art as if it's a full spread. Fans can look forward to future color coded editions, ensuring dazzling collection of this beloved series.
Color coded.
No, yeah, I don't know, but God knows I have to get this too because it's not like
So
one of my favorite series of all time.
so your light novels, they're not omnibuses of a light novel. They're not like condensed
No,
volumes.
I'll grab them. Like I'll grab the first 10.
Because
Like they are not
there's no
at
way
all.
there's no way in hell they can make a complete edition for 10 light novel volumes. I could see like a manga being 10 volumes in a giant complete edition. Albeit it would feel clunky, I imagine, but light novels is insane.
So I realized, by the way, I don't have volumes 1 and 2 yet. Those are still on back order at Crunchyroll.
Mm.
So here's volumes 3 through 14.
It's- how-
They wildly different in sizes. Like
yeah,
14 here
they
is
get
huge.
massively
Volume
yeah.
3 is like super teeny tiny. But it's just like, what in the shit, dude?
That book is it's going to be like this big when you hold it. You're gonna have to hold it with two hands, like this, like your
I just
arms even, and it's
I
gonna be like
physically don't know how they're gonna do
it's
it.
gonna
Like
be like
unless
this thick. You're just gonna be
unless
reading
it
it.
comes with like a fucking microscope and every word is so tiny, like I don't know how they're gonna do it. 'Cause I actually haven't cracked one of these up. It's about normal size font. But still, it's just like,
I haven't cracked one of these open.
well,
I don't look at things without pictures in them.
I haven't gotten volume 1 and 2. That's why.
No,
But
I know.
regardless,
Well, so the thing that confused me though is in the description for the complete edition, it said that it's gonna come with stunning art. So are they gonna like include like art, like
so
artist proof?
I literally flipped through this to look at the words, and I saw a piece of art. They're like in between chapters. They'll have like a
Oh,
character doodle or something.
okay. That's what they meant by it. I thought they were gonna add like full like art scenery of like the landscape or whatever is being described. Like you know how some volumes they'll put in like randomly on
No,
pages
so
kind of
like
in
they
the.
have like that.
Oh, okay, that's not creepy.
No, that's not a creepy scene at all.
Um,
Nope, can't show that one.
Jesus. But the light novel one less appealing. Granted, I'm not the biggest light novel fan because I would rather just read like a fiction novel of a non-manga related type series, you know?
Right.
So if I'm gonna read something that has a manga, I'm probably just gonna read the manga, not the light novel. Like I bought the omnibuses for Pretty Boy Detective Club
Mhm.
because originally they were light novels, and I was like, "This'll do. This is fine. I'll read it maybe." And then I think like a month after I bought them, they were like, "We're releasing the manga," and I was like, "Fuck you, light novels! Time to go get the better version of you." So I went
Toss
out.
his book over shoulder.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, that one is interesting. I'm more intrigued to see what they do with it when it's completed, like when it's like released and distributed, because I the description leads me to believe that it's going to be a 5,000-pound book that you need to like rest on a table and flip over individual pages because it weighs so much.
Yeah, and that is going to be coming out this July. I don't know
Ooh.
if it's pre-orderable now. I also don't know what the price is going to be because
Yeah,
they
10 light
did.
novels.
Well, Yen Press also did one of these type things, except for like the 20th or 15th. I don't know how, whatever year anniversary edition for Spice and Wolf.
Oh.
Like they did it. They did it for like volume one, I believe. But it was like a leather bound book, very nice. It was like $175.
Whoa. For the first
Yeah,
volume?
yeah, and I believe
Whoa.
our friend Kelsey got two by mistake. So, yeah, no, they were very nice, but it was just one of those things. It was just like, I'm good on the price, thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. That's wild.
I'm looking it up now, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
because
I don't
yeah,
know.
here we
My
go.
my my fine
100,
ass is
175 to commemorate the. I don't even know what the notable event is. They don't say what the notable event is.
I,
No, never mind. To commemorate this notable event, Yen Press is producing a lavish tome collecting all 17 original volumes of Spice and Wolf.
well, there you
Beautifully,
go.
yeah, so it's
So
17
that's
volumes
yeah.
for $175. That's not too
That's not
bad.
bad. That's not bad at all. When you said one volume leather bound 175, I was like, that thing better like come to life and suck my wiener too for that price. Like
But
good gravy.
good googly moogly, indeed. But yeah, no, Yen Press has been doing this a lot for some of the like for light novel series, so it's interesting to see what else that they'll put out there.
Yeah.
Because this is definitely something that I'm going to be interested in probably buy, whether it be for a collector's item or that's how I'll read it. I doubt I'll read it like that. I will probably just read the individuals. But it's still something that I'm probably like, this is directed towards this idiot right here. Like,
Hmm.
who would buy something like that? Me. I like this series a lot. I enjoy it. I want to, support it. So I'm probably gonna get it.
Meanwhile,
I, at least I can like explain that rather than like $175 figure and be like, "Hello, wife. Here is my newly acquired
here's my
figure.
mistress.
Here's my big old titty anime mistress. Do you like?"
Yeah.
And then she'd be like, "No,
Yeah.
go away."
And you go, okay, time to goon. Um,
Okay.
yeah. I I don't know. It is strange. We're gonna get stuck on this topic for too long. It is
Oh boy.
strange though how different regions get manga distributed from its like original creation in Japan. Cuz like I'm looking at my boy Gyro behind me and being like,
Mhm.
"Soon, my love, I will be able to have physical volumes of Steel Ball Run and it's going to be wonderful." But I'm thinking like in I think I want to say Spanish, Italian, and French, they had individual volumes for Steel Ball Run, and in fact, you could buy a box set of it, like a
Yeah.
dedicated box set. But the way that JoJo's is printed and distributed in the United States is there are all those like hard, and I'm not complaining, mind you, but they're all the hardback ones with the like I guess splattered art of like different scenes from whatever volume it is. But it's not consistent with like however many volumes of the series there actually is. I think Stone Ocean ended up being I want to say like 12 volumes, but I believe there's more than that in like physical print for Stone Ocean in like the individual volumes. Same with uh the Golden Wind. Same with Diamond is Unbreakable, Battle Tendency, Stardust Crusaders, like all of them, and then obviously up to the new ones. So it's just weird. It's just weird. Going back to
Yeah.
the Kingdom one, it's like I don't know how they're gonna do it. We don't have a precedence for Kingdom. It's like I would ideally like it to be in an omnibus form, but they might just shell out and be like, nope, we're gonna do individuals for now, and then we might think about doing omnibuses later. And it's like
In 5 years, after we've gotten to volume
gotta milk the
40.
consumers for all they got. So
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with that
yeah,
because there's a lot of Kingdom, and people have been wanting it for so long, and We just give it to us. Give
Yeah,
it to us quick and fast. We just want it. We want to digest it.
it
It
is.
is what it is.
Yeah, it's surprising it's taken this long for a series that has had such
That much
grand
acclaim.
success. Yeah, like it is very shocking.
Yeah, I don't know any of the backstory, whether it was the author that barred it or what have you, as to why it didn't come over, but better late than never, as they always say.
Guess so.
But yeah, last thing we were going to talk about today is just both of us. You've been posting a lot more on the TikToks than I have. I probably haven't in a solid month, if that, maybe a little
Yeah.
bit less than a month. But I just kind of wanted to talk about shoot the breeze and just talk about what we've been up to recently, just in our personal lives and what we've been doing. Because I feel like work has run us so ragged that by the end of the day, neither of us want to make content other outside of this.
Yeah.
So we're just like, we've got to fill that time with something. What have we been doing? So I kind of just wanted to shoot the breeze with you, talk about it, and catch up a little bit because I know generally some of the things you've been doing, but I
What are you, a
still want to
creeper?
talk about it. Yeah,
You
well, you've
stalking
told
me?
me so. Actually, your wife told my wife, and then I found out. But some of
Yeah,
the things I know because you told me.
stalker. That's hearsay. You
I
don't know. You don't
know.
know what I'm doing. Um, well,
Or
before we
do.
get into that, I would be remiss if we don't give a little shout out to our favorite series, Attack on Titan. Congratulations on your domestic showing at the theaters of the Attack on Titan season 4, part 3, the final first half of part 1 into part 2.
The final
Which is
countdown.
which I think that everything I said I think is accurate. I'm not gonna lie. I think that was a very
I
to the
hate everything
T
about it. I hate everything
accurate
about it.
description of what it would actually be titled. Um
This
yeah,
is
I
this.
saw
Yeah,
I saw people freaking out too and being like, they're not showing it anywhere near me. I have to drive like 2 hours. And I'm like, you could just log into
watch it
Crunchyroll
on
and watch it.
Crunchyroll.
I don't want to listen, everyone has their preferences, right? People go out, myself included, my wife as well. We'll go out to the theater and we'll go watch a Ghibli film. We'll go watch a re-release of an old film, right?
Yep.
So but I feel like this is different. Going out to see the last half to full episode of a series that ended 2 years ago or whatever. God, has it been that long? A year ago? Feels like an
Year and a half
eternity.
almost.
Yeah.
Because it was September or October of 2020.
Yeah,
Was it
it
last year?
should have ended a long time ago, we'll just
No,
say.
it was 2023. Holy shit.
Yeah, it wasn't it feels
No, it wasn't.
feels
Was
like
it?
eons ago.
Hold up.
Regardless, you can look
I
that
know.
up,
I'm
Jimmy
fucking
Neutron,
serious now.
as I
Brain blast.
as I rabble. Like if it's your favorite, good for you. You know, go have fun. I'm happy for you. I just don't fucking get it, man. It wasn't entertaining. It wasn't good.
Holy shit! It was November 5th, 2023.
Yeah, it was just over like not even a year
It
and a
was
half ago.
over a year ago.
Yeah, not even a year and a half. It feels like eons. That's how much life it took away from me. I just wanted to mention this because like I kept seeing posts about people being like, why is there no advertising merch? Because I guess when they re-showed it or re-aired it in theaters in Japan, people got like special like art cards and stuff, or like there was
Oh, that's cool.
like marketing material and whatnot for
Like an
it.
incentive to go to
Yeah.
the movies.
But Japan always does that. Like Japan always has
Yeah.
these really cool, like you buy your ticket and you get there and they'll give you like a really cool like art print of something, or you'll get like a pamphlet with like a little history of the film or the director or whatever. Like they give you stuff when you go to the films. Like we don't do that
Yeah.
in the US. Like it's not a thing. So I saw people
We
being
get-
like, where's my Attack on Titan merch? Yeah.
We get to buy popcorn buckets, which
yeah.
conversely, if we had gotten an Attack on Titan bucket where it's just the Titan mouth, just
Oh,
like,
I'd want I'd want that, or I'd want a version of it where it's the wall, and like when you stick your hand in, like you could see the face appear. It's like, nah.
oh god.
Be
But
kinda
yeah,
cool.
no. So this movie came. I didn't even know it was coming out
Yeah.
until like 2 days ago. Somebody was
Yeah.
like, it's coming out. I'm like, what?
What?
And then I was in Discord and I was in one of the channels and I saw somebody had watched it and I was like, what was it? Was it like the last two specials put together? Like, what did they do?
They're not
And he's
specials,
like,
Frank. They're Attack on Titan season 4
please
part
piss the fuck
2,
off.
the final
With
part.
all due respect, fucking shove it. Shove it so far up your ass. Okay? We both hate it. We both think that the naming culture is fucking shit. Stop, please.
Okay.
I beg of you. Anyways, they went to go see it. I asked what it was, and they were like, "Yeah, it was." They had only watched funny enough, they had
Yeah.
only watched the first special. They didn't watch the second special, so they were like, "Yeah, it was the last 30 minutes of the first special, and then the second special." So in my goo goo gaga booga booga brain was like, so it was just basically what we said that they should do. Just make a movie to
Yeah.
end the fucking series.
Yeah.
Nope. They're just like, nah, we'll do that later. We'll get to it eventually. It's just
The
it baffles me.
The-
It baffles me that they just didn't fucking make a movie for this.
the best
Because they did. And it came out
Yeah.
a year, 2 years too late.
The best
Like,
analogy
what
for this
are the fuck? Don't understand. You're gonna make a fucking Demon Slayer movies out the yin yang, but you can't fucking make a series finale movie, just one,
which
for a long running series.
I mean, let's be real here. Demon Slayer's not off the hook. That shit is stupid as fuck
Oh,
too.
it's also stupid as
Like-
fuck. I was more so thinking in my brain before I remembered that they're making 3 movies
Yeah.
to finish the final arc.
Like
Is
Mugen
that
Train and
I was thinking Mugen Train. Like,
Yeah.
you made Mugen Train, which would have been a great thing, minus the last fucking 30 minutes, whatever. It baffles me sometimes the decisions that they make.
Yep.
That they're like, we're gonna make 2 specials instead of making 1 fucking movie.
it baffles
and
you
just
that they want
putting
to
it
make
out in theaters.
they want to make more money.
The
The best-
how do you make money off of just making 2 TV specials? I guess maybe
Airtime.
marketing from the
Airtime. It's airtime in Japan.
but they already
It's airtime in Japan. The best analogy I can give to this is AOT fans are like a willing victim where Attack on Titan comes down the alleyway and they're like, give it to me. And they like stab him a bunch of times and then walk away. And you think like, that's done. And the victim's like, thank you. And then AOT comes
Sweet
back
release.
and then AOT steals all their money and walks away. But then they spin back around a year and a half later and go, shit, I forgot my knife in you. And they're like, all right, thank you. They're like, I just got to take everything I can from you. Sweet release. Just, yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm if you're a big fan and you went to go see it and you enjoyed it, I'm happy for you. I'm glad you got that like last
100%.
bit of bliss for the series that you love so much. I just know that you were swindled out of so much money from them.
I don't even necessarily think that you're swindled so much out of money. It's just I hope that you
Money
did
and
your,
time and just everything. Just know your series could have been finished 2 years ago. Like
If not-
finished.
if not
If not
earlier,
earlier.
because they really fucked up season 4.
Yeah. So
But
just
yeah,
but-
I just these decisions kind of baffle me, and they don't necessarily keep me up at night, but holy shit, they keep me up at night.
it's just it again, I more look to the AOT fans too, because like studios will do what they do, but I look to the fans to be like, are you guys okay with this? And when they just stare blankly back and go yes, I'm like, okay. I hope
Have
that
fun.
I hope you're eating the flavored glue today to spice it up a bit.
I hope you're eating the blue crayon.
Yeah. Because
But-
like Demon Slayer fans, at least they're like 3 movies. What the shit? And it's like, hey,
You know,
you're using
at
your
least-
noggin.
At least Chainsaw Man is like, hey, this next arc isn't gonna be
It's
a full
too small.
season.
You couldn't do a full
It's
season.
not gonna be a
with the
full
next
season. Let's just make this a movie and then we'll finish it.
Yeah.
It's just like that's perfect. Great use of time there. I don't care. I will pay the money to go see the movie. But just Attack on Titan, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I love how we were like, let's talk about what we've been doing in our personal lives, and then you
Just got
fucking derailed us to
well,
put us on the anger train
I
of
had to
doom.
mention it. I had to mention it because I kept seeing things, and I was like, I forgot they were re-releasing it in theaters, and I'm like,
And I
who went to go
honestly
see
wish
it?
I could have forgotten that they re-released it in
Yeah, I
theaters
know.
because Jesus Christ, we've spent so much hatred time into just Attack on Titan throughout this podcast. Not just like recently because we
Oh,
haven't recently because it's been over for over a year, but this podcast as a full I wish I knew all the episodes we talked about fucking Attack on
well,
Titan because
to
I would like to know how much time we've spent
I
just
mean,
angrily talking about this series.
let's put it in perspective. When AOT season 4 started to air was when I believe we were still doing weekly reviews of the anime that we were watching. That's how long ago it was. So we were like each
I think it
week.
was I think it was before then.
I don't think so. I think each week we were coming to the table being like, okay, and then got halfway through season 4 and we're like, something's bad, something's rancid, and then just a very very fast spiral down into
Season
hell.
season 4 started December 7th, 2020. We didn't even start this podcast.
Oh my
This portion of the
god.
podcast before that happened.
Oh
Yes, we
my
did. We
god.
were doing weeklies when part 2 came out because part 2
Yeah.
started January 10th, 2022.
There you go.
However, part 1 came out in 2020.
Yeah,
It's been
yeah.
5
Keep that in
years.
mind, AOT fans. You've been strung along for years for one final season.
Jesus Christ. I have to move on or I'm
Yeah.
just going to just
Gonna
scream.
have an aneurysm.
Yeah, but no, just personal life, what we've been up to. We'll just make it pretty brief. Honestly, when and I'm very happy that I am like 5 months clean. We have not played Overwatch in a very long time.
Oh, I was like, oh god,
I'm about
is this
5
turning
months
into an intervention?
I am about 5 months clean of Overwatch, I
Uh,
think, at
uh,
this point in time.
Hi, Frank.
Hi. And in that time, I've rediscovered my love for single player games.
Yes, you did. You certainly did.
In the past like few months, I've played through a lot, and currently, as of 2 days ago, Sunday. Yes, it was Sunday. I finished the main story for Tales of Grace's F remastered. It took me like 40 some odd, 48 hours, 46 hours, something to do. But like I also did almost all the side stuff you can do in that game. I grinded a lot. Like I think I was level 92 on Chaos like by the time I got to the final boss. Still need to beat the final boss on Chaos. I've done all the other trophies minus beating it in 60 seconds, but like I'm on the epilogue now. So it's just like I've been playing a lot of single player games. Specifically recently that one because it's been great, but also to tie it back to anime, I played about 5 hours total of the most recent released Sword Art Online game,
Oh,
which I think is called like Fractured Daydreams, something like that.
sounds familiar.
I'd have to
Yeah.
look up. I would have to look up the subtitled. Uh, yeah, Fractured Daydream, and it was sold to me via a buddy. He was like, "Hey, like if you like SAO, this newest game, it's kind of got the combat system of Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, which is a game I played last year and really enjoyed." And I was like, that combat with SAO, sign me up. So I think it was during Black Friday, it was like $30, maybe $40. So I bought it, waited, and a buddy of mine who I know also likes SAO, I was like, hey, this game is multiplayer, baby. Let's play it together. And we knew that the holidays were coming, so we're just like, let's just wait until the new year. Let's plan a weekend and we'll play it. So we picked this past Saturday to play it, and PSN was down. So I did not get to play too much of it. I played up until where you can get to multiplayer, which is after the prologue and after the first like mission.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're still in chapter 1. And I think that the layout of the actual game itself and how it plays out and how you can play the multiplayer is brilliantly well played out.
Mhm.
The combat itself is a bit jank, but it's not that bad. It's not a Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, but it's also not that bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you play the story mode, the single player, which is not co-op, you unlock more and more characters to play in multiplayer, and there are 21 characters from the series that you can play,
Holy crap.
which is which is a lot, and they're all based out in categories. So you have your basic like fighter, you have a tank, you have a mage, you have a support, and you have a rogue. I think those are the 5 classes. And it's a fun game. Like if you can find it for 20-30 bucks, you can do worse with your time. It's an alternate story for Sword Art Online. It doesn't have to do anything with the main game, but as assuming or the main series.
Mhm.
But if you know all the characters, you enjoy all the characters, and you want to play as those characters, you can play as those characters. But yeah, when PSN finally came back on, we sank about 3 hours into the multiplayer to figure out what was going on, and it was a lot of fun actually. So they break it out of you have a player rank and a character rank. The more you play, the more your player rank goes up. If you're playing single player, your player rank goes up, but also I think your character rank goes up a little bit. But when you play multiplayer, your character rank goes up a lot. And
Mhm.
the more your character rank goes up, the more like better weapons that you can craft or use, etc. So there's a good balance to just like crafting gameplay and like grinding for loot. And the more you level up your characters and the more you level up your player character, your player level, whatever,
Mhm.
the harder the difficulty you can play there like after. So like you start
Yeah.
as a world tier 1 and then it's all the way up to world tier 3. Like it's actually well laid out, which is surprising. But there is a bit of jank to the combat, which is, it's a sort of online game, so sure, why not? It's not going to be perfect. I wasn't expecting perfection, but I actually really enjoyed my time with it, and I'm very, very surprised by what I've played, and I'm looking forward to actually playing more of it in the
Nice.
near future. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to is playing a lot of single player games
Well,
on top of reading.
I've been playing a lot of multiplayer games, and not the games that you're thinking of. I have released myself from the shackles of the keyboard and mouse and gone back to good old trading cards. Actually, here, I'll hold up trading cards. Trading cards.
Wow.
Yeah. I a while back I got into a game through some Magic content creators that I follow, Magic the Gathering, I should say. Not Magic like poof rabbit out of a hat. Content creators
Ta-da!
that I was
Your
following.
mother's disappeared.
Oh, and she's turned into Exodia. Um,
But I
I
obliterated her.
no, I found another game called Flesh and Blood, and I was like, oh, I've seen photos and like posters for it and stuff. I was like, I'll look into it. It seems fun. And I watched people play it, and I was like, okay, I'll get like a starter kit, and it came with 4 decks that you can play with friends. So I was like, hey, I host game nights a lot with my wife, and our friends come over and stuff, and I was like, hey, a select few, do you guys want to play this game? And they're like, yeah, let's try it out. And they were all like, yeah, this is fun. But I was like, no, this is a lot of fun. And
This
ever
isn't simply fun.
this isn't fun.
This is a lot of fun.
This there's you don't get it. You don't understand the beauty behind the game.
How are you not having the utmost fun?
Octoman thee, have fun. No, I got way into it. Magic's been getting a little stale for me, and my 2 different play groups have sort of stopped playing for the most part. Just
Fizzled,
just gotten busy and stuff, and there's not really any drive from any one particular person to like pull the groups together to be like, hey, we should sit down and play a game.
I will say, I found out today Final Fantasy X Magic the Gathering comes out June 13th.
Yeah, it's I don't care.
Will it
I don't
finally be in the
care.
Magic?
I don't care.
The
No,
world may never know.
it won't. It won't because the cards will be shit, or they'll just be overpowered jank, and then it'll get like people in the
If
door,
they-
and then they will fizzle out so fast. Or they'll
if
just
they
buy the
have
cards to sell them.
original- Yeah, no,
That's the
like,
thing.
that's fully what I expect is that people will
Yeah.
buy the cards and sell them. But if they
They're
have,
they're just gonna look
like,
for fucking
original
they're
artwork by, fuck, I forget his name. If they have original artwork,
by the yeah, yeah. I know what you're trying to say.
yeah, Amano, if they have Amano's original artwork on any of these cards, I'm fucking
Yeah.
buying
It's just
a booster
people are just
box.
gonna look for Sephiroth and Tifa and fucking Cloud and all of them. Like that's all they're gonna do, and then they're gonna sell them. Whatever. So I've just been getting more and more into this. I play weeklies now at my local game store with a group that I became friends with. The entire community's been awesome. Like I've now played in 2 different tournaments. I played in a tournament this past weekend, and I played okay. Just everyone was so nice though. Like every single person I played against, extremely nice. I played against, uh, no joke, a former Magic the Gathering pro. Like went to Worlds in 1996 and competed and played on like a professional team. Like competed at the highest level in Magic the Gathering, and then he's now shifted to Flesh and Blood. Like he was super cool. Like it's just been a blast. I've been having so much fun with it. So a lot of my time's been dedicated to like I have a whole stack of cards over here actually right now as I'm building a deck. You could see some of them potentially,
Yeah,
but
I can
like
see the corner of it, but I don't
yeah,
know about our audience.
but yeah, like I've been having fun with that. Like I'll if I do play video games, I think I'm playing through the DLCs for Dave the Diver because I really like that. There's a new
Yeah, and
kaiju.
theoretically, there's more DLC for Dave the Diver coming late this year, like
Yep.
Into the Jungle, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, I know. I'm super excited. I like the fact that they're just releasing new DLC. Like
Yeah.
they're not nickel and diming with like here's like another package you have to pay for. It's like nope.
They really are the new Shovel Knight.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I think the only game that has my interest right now, and it's something that you brought up, is the new Monster Hunter game that comes out because
I'm so excited.
I am a big fan of the Monster Hunter series, except for I require not it would be a luxury. It is a pure requirement that I play it with friends because God knows I fucking hate grinding solo in games like that. If I'm not
Yeah.
playing with friends, I would rather bash my skull into my computer screen.
Oh, I'll be playing it, so you
Yeah.
and I, we can play together, and I'm sure we can find if I
Yeah.
have a bunch of friends that play this game, so, like,
I I used to
we can ride their coattails and be like, "Help us."
yeah, I used to play with a group back in the day when I was playing exclusively on console, and that was like every night religiously playing missions and grinding out with that group. So yeah,
Yeah.
but
No,
no, it's
I've got a bunch of buddies that play, we'll be fine.
yeah, but no, I've gotten away from getting sucked into like Overwatch competitive and even like Marvel the
Marvel Rivals?
yeah Marvel Rivals competitive. I'm like it's fun every now and again, but it's just the level of sweatiness, man. Like I just can't. It's not my vibe anymore. I'd
Yeah.
rather
Marvel Rivals never clicked with me. It was one of those things, like, I wanted to love it, but I just something was missing from it. There was a little bit too much just, like, movement didn't feel quick enough, or it was way too quick. It just, like,
yeah.
there was no real good balance, in my opinion, of, like,
Plus you
liking it, and
plus
I don't know.
you couldn't type free Hong Kong, so immediate thumbs down.
But hopefully y'all give us a thumbs up. We greatly appreciate you guys joining us this week and getting to this point in the podcast. We usually post daily. We've been kind of taking a break from that from just because work has been running us ragged. So when we will put out short form content when we can, and please don't complain when we don't. We greatly appreciate it. We will be back next week with a
Please be nice to
what?
us.
Please be nice to us. We're fragile.
Don't yell at me. I'll come.
Damn it. We couldn't get through the ending with that.
Hey.
But thank you all for joining us. We greatly appreciate it. We will be back next week with a brand new episode. So until next time, Spark Triumph. We'll see you then.